Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside Gateau Gymnasium. Lee Patterson with you as we get you ready for Eastern Arizona College women's basketball action as they open up their home portion of their schedule tonight against Trinidad State College from Trinidad, Colorado. The Trojans are coached by Jenny Huggins. They are 0-2 coming into tonight's game. Jenny Huggins in her first season at the helm at Trinidad. The starting lineup, a 5'7" sophomore from Magdalena, New Mexico, number 1, Haley Apachito. A 5'6" freshman guard from Colorado Springs, Colorado, number 3, Rachel Stewart. A 5'6" freshman guard from Hamilton, New Zealand, number 33, Lonnie Albert-Neha. A 6'6" freshman from Colorado Springs, Colorado, Nayajuk Shak. And a 5'9" freshman from La Muela, Spain, number 44, Candela Roy. And now the starting lineup for Angelica DePaulo's Eastern Arizona College Gila Monsters. They are 1-1 coming into tonight. Their starting lineup, a 5'10" sophomore from Adelaide, Australia, 0, Sarah Dang. A 5'7" freshman from Anchorage, Alaska, number 2, Trinity Alex Mayer. A 6'1" sophomore from Angers, France, number 12, Celestine Segretan. A 6-foot freshman from Montevideo, Uruguay, number 23, Lucia Aza. And a 6'3" sophomore from Pima, Arizona, number 24, Ashlyn Clarkson. As the starting 5, Eastern Arizona College in their home white. The Trojans in their visiting pink and white. Coming into tonight, the Monsters have played 2 on the road in Idaho, winning 1, and falling to 11th ranked College of Southern Idaho in Twin Falls. Leading scorer after 2 games, E. Dagans, a freshman from Phoenix, averaging 12.5 points a game. She's the only one in double figures after 2 games. Segretan at 7.5 points a game. Aza at 9 points a game. Ashlyn Clarkson, 7.5 points and 5 boards a game. Leading scorer coming in for the Trojans tonight, 19 points for Lonnie Albert-Neha in their 2 losses. She's the only one in double digits. Alicia Sierra, a freshman from Pueblo, Colorado, averages 9 per game. It will be Albert-Neha to jump center with Clarkson, and we'll get tonight's game underway. Won by the Trojans to the cup, left-handed, lay it up and in for Albert-Neha. Check that, that was Chalk that jump center. Neha put it up and in. Into the front court, Segretan with the basketball. On top to Dang. Dang goes left on the dribble, man-to-man defense by Trinidad. On top now to Aza, now back around to Alex Mayer. In the corner, Sarah Dang can't hit the 3, rebounded by Clarkson in the paint, and she's fouled on the way back up. She'll go to the line to shoot a pair. The foul will go on 34. Nayajuk Shak, her first team foul. Clarkson at the line, rattles the first one home. Clarkson's second one on the way, sinks them both, 2 for 2, ties the game at 2 early on here in the first quarter. Albert-Neha into the front court, works against Alex Mayer. Now on top to Roy. Roy comes left on the dribble. Tough defense out on top to Shock. Nearly traveled with the basketball. Now back to Roy. Around a high ball screen, comes left, drives in the lane, kicks it out on top to Apachito. Apachito hands it back off to Albert-Neha with 6 to shoot down low. And a 3-second violation called, and that's going to be a turnover back to the Monsters. Good half-court defense there for Eastern Arizona College as they cause the turnover. Full court pressure by the Trojans. But Dang says, everybody head down the floor. I'll walk this one up myself against Rachel Stewart. Into the front court, on top to Clarkson. Clarkson to Aza. Aza drives, right-handed, off the glass, no good. Clarkson with another rebound and a putback for the Monsters. She's got all 4 of their points, and the Monsters up 4-2 early on here in this home season opener. Albert-Neha goes left against Alex Mayer. Hands it off to Stewart. Stewart crosses over. Kicks it back to Neha, and she can't hang on to it. It'll go out of bounds. Turnover back to Eastern Arizona. Into the Trinidad lineup, number 24, Zoli Beard, a 6-foot freshman from Black Forest, Colorado, replacing Schock. Eastern basketball with Deng at the helm. The sophomore from Australia drives the lane, pulls up from 8, leaves it short. Another rebound by Clarkson, has it ripped away by Neha. Into the front court on the left-handed dribble. And a whistle and a foul going to be called as Trinity Alex Mayer, a little bit too aggressive. That'll be her first team foul. The freshman from Anchorage, Alaska, averages 2 points a game. Albert Neha to inbound. Into Stewart. Stewart gets behind Aza. Right side to Roy. Roy drives left in the paint, kicks it left side to Beard. Beard with the dribble drive and throws it away as Deng picks it off on the far side. Pushes it into the front court, down low, knocked away by Stewart. Here comes Trinidad State on the run. In the lane to Albert Neha. Now to Beard, 16-foot jumper on the way, rattles home and ties the game at 4. Deng brings the ball into the front court to Aza, left side. Has a little bit trouble with it, now chases it down in the corner to Alex Mayer. Drives the right side and lays it up and in. 6-4. Eastern on top, 7.5 to play here in the first quarter of the home opener. Stewart with it, now around to Roy, right side. Drives left, step back, foot on the line. In and out, no good. Pulled down by Lucia Aza. She'll sprint it into the front court. She's trying to go coast to coast, loses it off of her hip. No, they're going to say last touched by the Trojans. It will be Gila Monster basketball, baseline right with 23 on the shot clock. And on top, 3 ball on the way. Back iron no good by Segratin. Pulled down by the Monsters. Trinity Mayer right side. Down low, double team against Clarkson. Tries to step through, and we're going to have a jump ball. She brought the ball down to her waist, and that let the defense grab a hold. The alternating possession will stay with the Monsters with 8 on the shot clock. Alex Mayer to inbound, and on top to Deng. Going to have to go. Pulls up, kicks it back out. Trinity Mayer, long jumper on the way. In and out, no good. Volleyballed around and pulled down by the Trojans. Into the front court with Albert Neha. She has it stripped away by Alex Mayer. The Monsters back on the run to Deng. Deng trying to get to the bucket. Leaves it, Segratin, left side, and she puts it up and in. 8-4. Into the front court. Down low, and a whistle and a foul on the entry pass as Clarkson fouls Beard. That'll be her first. And the second team foul. Into the Eastern Arizona College lineup, Ine Dagans, the freshman from Phoenix, the leading scorer for the Monsters this year. And in for Trinidad State, Kiara Colwell-Earl, the freshman from Pickering, Ontario, Canada. Right side, jumper from Roy from about 12, front iron won't go. And it's going to stay with Trinidad State. Deng could have easily picked that up. Instead, she let it go out of bounds, and the officials say off of Eastern Arizona College. It'll be 20 on the shot clock. Trinidad to inbound. Down low to Colwell-Earl. Thinks about it, pump fakes, now goes right. On top to Roy. Roy with the left-handed dribble around a screen, illegal, and it will be a foul against Trinidad State. Kiara Colwell-Earl will pick up her first. Wasn't set on the screen. That'll be the second team foul. And the Monsters lead 8-4 here early on in this one. Dagans with it. Into the front court. Left side now. Swing it on top to Aza. Aza drives back in the corner. And a little bit too wide as Segratin not able to pull it in. Trinidad basketball. Monsters lead 8-4 here. A little bit of a slow start to this home tilt to open up the season. Another screen and another illegal screen called by Colwell Earl at the top of the key. That'll be her second, third team foul. Into the Eastern lineup will be 22, Stephanie Goncalves, the 5'11 freshman from Brazil. Averages 4 points a game, replacing Aza. Monsters lead by 4, 5.5 to play first quarter here in this one. The last of 3 here today at Eastern. Goncalves for 3, right side, good. She shoots, that's her first made 3 of the year for Goncalves, and the Monsters lead 11-4. 3 ball back the other way by Apachito, that's short. Pulled down by Goncalves. She'll bring it into the front court, left to right to Dang. Dang on top to Goncalves, down low in the paint. Turnaround fadeaway is good from Ashlyn Clarkson. When she catches it that deep, not many can stop her in this league. She's picked up several Division I offers in the offseason, with probably the biggest from Alabama. Give and go down on the baseline. Stewart, and a whistle and a foul. Are they going to pick up the second on Clarkson? It is going to be the second on Ashlyn Clarkson, her second, third team foul. And into the lineup for Eastern Arizona will be number 1, Millie Pearson, the 5'10 sophomore from Sudbury, England, replacing Clarkson. Trinidad to inbound, baseline right. Lobs it into Roy, right side. I mentioned this is the third of 3. Arizona Western beat Utah State Eastern in the first game. Goncalves with another steal. Should have been a kicking violation. A nice shovel pass off to Dang. She can't hit it, but she takes an elbow across the face, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. The foul will go on 3. Rachel Stewart, her first. Third team foul. Check that, fourth team foul. In game 2, Pima defeated Colorado Northwestern. Dang at the line to shoot. First one up and rolls in. Gets the shooter's touch, shoots just 40% from the foul line. Shoots better from 3 at 50%. Dang fires her second. The front iron no good. Pearson with the rebound though for the Monsters. She picks up her dribble in the corner, finds Dagans. Dagans drives out on top to Dang. She's going to drive into the bucket. Left-handed scoop shot won't go. Pulled down by Beard. Up to Stewart, right side. Trapped at midcourt, knocked out of bounds by Dagans. And it will be Trinidad State basketball with Stewart to inbound, backcourt right. Into Albert Neha. Works against Dagans, goes left around a screen. Stays in front of her, and a whistle and a foul called on Dagans. That'll be too much contact. That'll be her first and the 4th team foul. The next foul for both teams will send the other to the line here early on. 14-4 lead for the Monsters. It's been a 6-0 run. They led 8-4. And a turnover. Goncalves brings it into the front court. Crossover, goes baseline, wraps it around, knocked out of bounds by Roy. It'll stay baseline right for the Monsters. Nayajuk Jacques, or Chalk, back into the lineup, the 6'6 freshman. Eastern will inbound baseline right. Dang with it. Into Segratin. Now right side, out on top to Dagans. Dagans against Roy. Dagans gets a screen from Pearson, goes left with it, gets into the paint, kicks it out to Goncalves for 3. Leaves it short. And it will be picked up by Trinidad State. Right side, Roy. Roy steps through, double hops, gets her own rebound. Out to Stewart, 3. Back iron, no. Goncalves with the rebound. And then she's going to be called for carrying in the backcourt as she thought about throwing it deep to Dang. Thought better of it than called for the carry. Into the Eastern Arizona lineup, number 14, Denasia Romero, the freshman from Eugene, Oregon. And we've got a timeout on the floor called by Trinidad State. 3:16 to play here in the first quarter. 14-4, Monsters on top. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back inside here at Eastern Arizona College's Gateau Gymnasium. Lee Patterson with you. On the floor for the Monsters, Trinity Alex Mayer, Dagans, Goncalves, Pearson, and Romero. Trinidad State will inbound baseline left with Lanny Albert Neha. Into Chalk in the corner. She'll dribble it out. Trying to hand it off to her teammate. Romero there to cause a roadblock and a jump ball called. Alternating possession will stay with Trinidad State. Albert Neha to inbound and on top to Roy. Hands it back off to Albert Neha. Loses the handle, chases it down right side though. Picks up her dribble way outside, nowhere to go. Gets it off to Apachito. Apachito comes left, keeps driving in the lane, loses the handle, and a reach-in foul going to be called on Romero, I believe. And that's going to be the 5th team foul. That'll send the Trojans to the line. Oh, check that. 22 is a foul going to be on. That's going to go on Stephanie Goncalves. That'll be her first 5th team foul. Into the Trinidad State lineup, number 23, Alicia Sierra, the 5'7" freshman from Pueblo, their top 3-point shooter on the season. First one rolls in for Apachito, averages 3.5 points a game in the early season. She gets her first here tonight, 14-5, Monsters on top. Second one on the way, that one is good as well. 14-6 Eastern, 2:51 to play in the opening quarter. Dagans with it to Goncalves. 3-on-2 back the other way. She's going to go to the basket, leaves it for Pearson. Blocked by Chalk, picked back up by Pearson. And a drive, kick to Romero. Romero follows, running floater off glass and good for Romero. Denasia Romero with her first bucket of the night. Averages 7 points on the season. 16-6, back to a 10-point lead for Eastern. Stewart drives, cut off by Dagans. Running floater on the way by Sierra, off no good. Dagans on the run, up to Romero, catches to the glass, too hard, rebounded by Alex Mayer, and that won't go either. Stolen back by Romero, and it will stay with Trinidad State with 2 minutes to play in the first. I'd like to give in congratulations to the Eastern Arizona College volleyball team who went to Yuma last night and defeated top-seeded Arizona Western in 5 sets to advance to the Rocky Mountain District A Championship. And a hand check foul called against the Monsters. That'll be the second on Trinity Alex Mayer. Eastern will now play the number 2 team from Region 18. Into the Eastern Arizona lineup, number 10, Yasmin Edwards, 5'9" freshman from Ipswich, England, 2.5 points a game. And Lanny Albert Neha at the line to shoot. Her first one is up and good. Shoots 70% from the foul line this year, averages 19 points a game. And the second one, back iron, no good. Rebounded down low by Edwards. Edwards will bring it into the front court, hand it off to Romero. Romero on the right-handed dribble, back to Edwards. Edwards comes left on top to Goncalves. She'll drive right side, kicks it in the corner to Edwards. Fires the 3 from there, that's short, and out of bounds in the corner, back to Trinidad. Back here into the Trinidad lineup, number 10, Alicia Rios. 5'4" freshman from Center, Colorado. Into Sierra, who runs point this trip down for the Trojans. Goes right around a screen, cut off there by Romero. And a whistle and a foul called on Romero. 2 hands, that'll be the first on Romero, but that will send Trinidad State to the line. This is the same issue that the Monsters ran into against Southern Idaho. Southern Idaho shot 46 free throws in their win over Eastern in Twin Falls. First one by Sierra is good. Next one on the way and good as well. 2 for 2 for at the line on the trip for her. 16-9, Monsters lead. Just over 70 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Dagans with the ball, Ross right side on top to Goncalves, around to Edwards, in the corner to Romero. She's going to fire from there, buries it from the corner from Denasia Romero. 19-9, Monsters back on top by 10. Into the front court, Rios drives, blocked by Pearson, and out of bounds. It will stay with the Trojans with 21 on the shot clock. Rios will inbound for Trinidad. Into the corner to Stewart. Stewart, jab step, now goes right around a screen, gets into the elbow, out on top to Apachito. She'll drive, back to Stewart, knocked away by Dagans. Stolen back, but picked up by Edwards. 2-on-2, back the other way. Leaves it for Romero. Romero to Goncalves. Goncalves with 33 seconds will slow it down. A 16-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Goncalves goes right on the dribble. In the corner to Edwards. Fires the three over the rim, no good. Rebound is loose. And a whistle and a foul called against Eastern Arizona College again. That will send Trinidad back to the line. And the foul will go on number 1, Millie Pearson, her first. But fouls starting to add up already here in the first quarter for the Monsters. That's 18 fouls against Eastern. Back to the line will be Alicia Sierra. First one is up and in. 19-10 Monsters, 19 and a half seconds to play in the first quarter. In and out, no good. Pulled down by Edwards for the Monsters. Leaves it to Goncalves. Crossover dribble, goes right in the lane, swings it into the corner to Edwards. Wide open for a three, over the rim, no good. Goncalves with the rebound, fade away over Chalk, no good, and that's the way the first quarter comes to an end. The score, Eastern Arizona College 19, Trinidad State 10. We'll be back for the second quarter after this timeout. Welcome back here inside Gateau Gymnasium, campus of Eastern Arizona College. Lee Patterson with you on what us Arizonans would call a cold day here in the Gila Valley. I think it was 58 degrees today. I did see that Trinidad, Colorado got hit by a big snowstorm, so they will not think that it is cold at 58 degrees, but us from Arizona do. Starters, for the most part, no. New lineup in for the Monsters. We'll get you those. As Sarah Dang has it left side. Now back to Cyrene Sanders, the 5'5 sophomore guard from Phoenix. Back to Dang. Dang drives, gets into the paint, kicks it to Sanders. About an 18-foot jumper is good, just inside the line for Cyrene Sanders. Also on is Phelan Seigers, a 5'8 freshman from Harvey, Illinois, on the floor for the Monsters as well. Double dribble violation. Great defense on top by Celestine Segretain. She told me pregame how to say her name, and it went in one ear and right out the other. It looks like Segratin, but it is Segretain. 21-10. Eastern on top and with the ball. Dang with it, lobs it back door, wide open, off the glass, and it falls for Segretain. 23-10, Eastern Arizona College on top. Roy with it, right side for Trinidad State. Comes left around a high ball screen. Pearson out on top, swings it right side now to Sierra, stolen away down low by Seigers. Seigers leads the break, and she's going to travel with the basketball. Nope, they're going to call it a jump ball. Alternating possession back to will be Trinidad State. I thought Eastern thought that I think they thought it was their possession, but indeed alternating possession back to Trinidad State. Into the front court, Roy with the basketball. Jab step and a travel turnover back to Eastern Arizona College. Into the front court, Dang with it to Pearson out on top. She'll hand it off to Seigers. Seigers left side to Sanders. Sanders comes right on the drive, and a reach-in foul called against Roy. That'll be the first on Candela Roy, the freshman from La Muela, Spain. Eastern basketball, baseline left, Dang to inbound. In on top, wide open, catch, shoot. Didn't draw anything. Roy with the rebound for the Trojans. Off to Lonnie Albert-Neha into the front court. She'll drive through the paint, kicks it in the corner. Stewart launches the three. Off glass, no good. Check that, that was number 12, Liliana Bateman, who fired that. Nonetheless, Trinidad with the rebound and the putback. Seigers, 16 from the basket, pulls up and scores it for Phelan Seigers. 25-12, Monsters lead. Right side, Bateman with it for Trinidad. Picks up her dribble against Seigers. Great defense out on top. And then a reach-in foul called against the Monsters. That'll be the first on Segretain. It'll be Trinidad basketball, far side. Into the corner right side to Apachito. And an offensive foul called against Candela Roy. That'll be her second. It'll be Eastern Arizona College basketball. Length of the floor leading 25-12 here in their home opener against Trinidad State out of Colorado. Dang sprints into the front court, leaves it down low for Pearson. She lays it up and in. Pearson blew past the defender high, drew everybody into the paint, and then just dropped it off to Pearson, who laid it up and in. Into the front court, right side, Cyrene Sanders with a steal for the Monsters. She'll work through traffic into the front court and slow it down. Across the Dang left side, into the corner, Segretain. Down low to Pearson, back to Segretain. Into the corner to Sanders. Sanders pulls up from about 16, buries it for Cyrene Sanders. 29-12. Eastern Arizona College on top. Here with 6.5 to play in the first half. Sarah Dang with a near steal on the far side. Into the Trinidad lineup, number 3, Rachel Stewart, replacing Bateman. Albert-Neha to inbound, in on top to Stewart. Stewart directing some traffic, gets a screen, goes right, works against Seigers, gets past her, running floater, it falls for Rachel Stewart from the right baseline. 29-14, Monsters lead, 6.5 to play here in the first half. Sanders with the ball, left corner on top to Dang, swings it around near side to Seigers, into the corner. And a loose ball and a whistle and a foul called against Roy. That'll be her third with 6:14 to play here in the first half. And Coach Hugin's going to leave her in the game with 3 fouls. Third team foul as well. Dang in on top to Sanders. Sanders goes left, drives, pulls up from 16. Front iron no good. Ball is loose and pulled down by Pearson. She'll drive, reverses, and travels with the basketball. She slid that pivot foot through the paint. Had the right idea, just couldn't keep that pivot foot from sliding. There'll be a turnover back to Trinidad. 6 minutes to play first half, 29-14. Monsters on top. Albert Neha into the front court, right side against Dang. And Dang knocks it away again. Second straight possession that Dang nearly got a steal. Don't forget, all day tomorrow, basketball games here on EATV, Saturday as well. Albert Neha with the basketball, crosses over around a screen, and a whistle and a foul called on Sarah Dang. That'll be her first and the second team foul. 29-14, Monsters lead, 5:44 to play first half. Albert Neha will inbound. And on top to Colwell Earl. Back to Albert Neha. Playing catch, now comes left to Roy. Roy on the right-handed dribble, in the right elbow, kicks it into the corner to Stewart. Stewart to Albert Neha. She's going to fire a 3, in and out, no good. Dang with a nice rebound. And contacted the backcourt, but no whistle. Dang into the front court to Sanders, through her hands and out of bounds. Turnover back to Trinidad State. Albert Neha into the front court. Now to Colwell Earl on the right elbow, and a whistle and a foul on the steal, as I believe they will get Sedgretain. That'll be her second. That'll be the third team foul. Trinidad will inbound baseline right. Into Roy. Roy spins baseline, gets to the glass and puts it off the backboard and in. Full court pressure again from Trinidad. Monsters beat it into the front court, right side to Seigers. Seigers drives left, and a whistle and a foul. That'll be the second on number 3, Rachel Stewart. Dang to inbound, into Sanders. Catch, shoot, 15-footer, back iron, no. Seigers with the weak side rebound. Spins, kicks it back out, stolen away. Albert Neha on the 2-on-1 break. Loses the handle, but Stewart there to pick it up. Fadeaway blocked by Dang. She gets it back for the Monsters. 1-on-1 against Roy. Steps through, and she's fouled by Roy, and that's going to be her fourth. Dangerous keeping her in there with 3 earlier. That's going to be her fourth on Roy. The fifth team foul. That'll put the Monsters at the line. Back onto the floor for Eastern will be Lucia Aza, along with Yasmin Edwards, Stephanie Goncalves as well. And at the line to shoot 2 will be Sarah Dang. Shoots 40% from the foul line. The first one is in and out. She'll get one more. Second one on the way for Dang. Buries that one. She'll head to the bench. She'll be replaced by Denasia Romero. Romero's full name, Denasia Love Romero Alsam, but coaches told me you can call her Denasia Romero. Stewart on Romero, gets to the glass, partially blocked and out of bounds by Romero. I guess in basketball, there's not really such thing as partially blocked. Anytime you get a piece of it, it's a block. Inbound in the corner to Colwell Earl, right side. Hands it off to Rios. Rios brings it back out on top, nearly has it taken away. Drives Colwell Earl, right side, on top to Stewart, 9 to shoot. In the corner to Rios. Rios holds it above her head, down to Colwell Earl. She'll go right, Picks up her dribble, 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Great defensive possession there by the Monsters. Forced the turnover with 4:01 to play here in the first half, 30-16. Eastern Arizona with the lead. Into the front court, now right side to Romero. Top to Edwards. Edwards swings it around to Goncalves. Drives right, and a whistle and a foul. Been a ton of ticky-tack type whistles here in this one. I don't know if that's the officials trying to set the tone for the season or if it's rust. I don't know. Could be either way. But to the line for the Monsters will be 22, Stephanie Goncalves, 5'11" freshman from Brazil, averages 4 points a game. Her first one is up and in. She'll get another chance. That one is good as well. Into the into the Trinidad State lineup, 33, Lonnie Albert Neha. And it'll be Trinidad State basketball. Into Apachito. Picks up her dribble deep in the backcourt. Throws it near side. Albert Neha chases it down. Colwell Earl gets it to Bateman and can't hit the layup. Rebounded by Edwards. Here come the Monsters. 5-on-2, back the other way, steps through, off the glass too hard. Rebounded off of Trinidad State. It will be Eastern basketball. 23 on the shot clock. Romero to inbound, baseline left, in on top to Goncalves. Jab step, now goes right, keeps driving, back on top to Romero. Fakes the 3, and she's going to be called with a travel. Be a turnover back to Trinidad State. 3:18 to play. At halftime, we'll get you a complete stats update from the first half of this one. Look at scores around the league as well. And a whistle and a foul on the backcourt against Lucia Asa. That'll be her first. It's a new signal that the officials are using this year. I'm going to have to do a little research on that one. In the past, it's been when there's been 2 hands of contact, 2 points of contact, it's a foul. We'll see if that's what the signal is. Colwell Earl dives to the basket, and she's fouled as she gets to the rim. The foul will go on number 10, Yasmin Edwards. That'll be her first. Both teams in the bonus, the remaining 3:01 of this one. To the line, Colwell Earl. Can't hit the first. She'll get another. Fires the next. Back iron, no good. Edwards with another rebound for the Monsters. Leaves it to Goncalves. Far side to Aza. She'll drive, has it stolen away. Into the front court, left side to Albert Naha, to the glass, and score it. Trinidad State able to beat the Monsters back on defense there and make it 32-18. Aza with the ball right side. On top to Romero. Now to Edwards. Edwards to Goncalves. Pump fake, travel, turnover. Back to Trinidad State. Back into the Trinidad lineup will be Nayajuk Chak, and a timeout called by Eastern Arizona. 32-18, Monsters lead it. 2:23 to play in the first half. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back here inside at Eastern Arizona College. Lee Patterson with you. Eastern leads at 32-18 over Trinidad State in their home opener here from Gateau Gymnasium. Trinidad basketball. Apachito with it. Stolen away by Eastern. Here comes the Monsters on the run. Fake the pass, lay it up, no good. And down behind the play is the Gila Monster. Albert Naiha to the basket, and down is Celestine Segreton. And Jory Gallegos, the athletic trainer here at Eastern Arizona College, will head out to take a look at her. We'll step away for an injury timeout. 32-20. Eastern on top. 1:54 to play first half. Back after this. We're back here at Eastern Arizona College. Segretain being helped back to the trainer's table. I think they're going to evaluate her there at the end of the bench. It'll be Monster ball after the injury. 32-20, Eastern on top. 1:50 to play here in the first half. Driving in the lane, Edwards spinning and scoring for Yasmin Edwards. Nice feed from Goncalves. Into the lineup for Eastern Arizona, Jade Griffin, the 6'3 freshman from here in Thatcher. Stewart goes left, off to Bateman. Bateman foot on the line, jumper on the way, no good. Griffin with the rebound. Off to Aza. Aza on the sprint into the front court, left side. Leaves it on top to Goncalves. Back to Aza. Aza bumped and fouled by Lonnie Albert Neha. That'll be the first on her. Alicia Sierra back into the Trinidad lineup and to the line to shoot two. Lucia Asa puts it up and in for her. Averages 9 points, 2.5 rebounds a game early on here. The freshman from Montevideo, Uruguay. Second one is good as well. 36-20, Monsters lead. Just over a minute to play here in the first half. Albert Neha into the front court. Crossover dribble, loses Edwards, but also loses the ball. Steps through a double team, leaves it back to Apachito. Apachito on top to Stewart. Stewart goes left to Apachito. 10 to shoot, leaves it back to Albert Neha. Goes right, drives the baseline around Goncalves, and she'll lay it up and in. Into the front court, Goncalves with it. 43 seconds, over to Romero for three. Front iron, no good. Rebounded by Albert Neha. She'll sprint it against Edwards into the front court. About a 7-second differential. Shock can't hit. Pulled down by the Monsters. Edwards into the front court, leaves it to Romero. The shot clock is off, and Romero will spread the offense to set up for the final shot. Out on top to Goncalves. Gets a screen from Griffin, goes right with it And a whistle and a foul against number 1, Haley Apachito, her first. And that is the signal I thought it was, 2 hands. So as soon as you have 2 points of contact on the ball handler, there is going to be a whistle blown. And we've seen that multiple times this evening. Goncalves hits the first. She'll get 1 more. Puts it up and in, 2 for 2 at the line for her. 38-22 Monsters, 10 seconds to play in the first half. Albert Naha into the front court against Goncalves. Goes left, steps back, the lefty for 3. Front iron, no good. And we'll head to the halftime break with the score. Eastern Arizona College 38, Trinidad State 22. We'll have halftime stats just before the third quarter tip-off. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Now for our Eastern Arizona cheerleaders.
See, a lot of y'all still playing around, but us going to A-Town, we gonna play that song.
Welcome back inside here at Gateau Gymnasium. Lee Patterson with you as we get ready for second half action. Take a look at the stats of the first half for Trinidad State. Rachel Stewart with 2 points, 5 points for Alicia Sierra, 2 for Beard, 9 for Albert Neha to lead the Trojans, and 4 for Kendella Roy. For Eastern, 2 points for Sarah Dang, 2 points for Millie Pearson, 2 points for Trinity Alex Mayer, 4 points for Serene Sanders, 2 points for Phelan Sigers, 2 points for Yasmin Edwards, 4 for Celestine Segreton. She had 4 points before she left with her injury. 5 points for Denasia Romero, 7 points for Stephanie Goncalves to lead the Monsters, 2 points for Lucia Asa, and 6 points for Ashlyn Clarkson in the first half of this one. Eastern Arizona will start the second half with Ashlyn Clarkson, Trinity Alex Mayer, Sarah Dang, Lucia Asa, and E. Dagans. They'll get the ball right to left to start the second half. Dagans with it out on top. Trinidad State starts the second half with Apachito, Stewart, Albert Neha as Dagans leans into one, can't hit, but the rebound and put back by Clarkson. Great body position by her to not foul and get the rebound and the putback. Sierra with it, Apachito left side. Near side to Stewart. Stewart drives through, and a whistle and a foul going to be called against Dagans. That'll be her second, first team foul. Very tightly officiated game here this evening. 40-22. Monsters on top. Steal by Sarah Dang. Over her head to Clarkson. Clarkson going to lead the break. Left side. Leaves it down to Alex Mayer, and they'll reset. On top, Asa fires a three. Good for Lucia Asa. The 6-foot freshman averages 9 a game. 43-22. Monsters on top. Left side. Nyajuk Chak can't hit. Rebounded by Asa. 3-on-1. Asa left side. Right side to Alex Mayer, and she's fouled on the way up. She'll go to the line to shoot a couple. The foul will be on number 3, Rachel Stewart, her third. Trinity Alex Mayer, 5'7" freshman from Anchorage, Alaska. 2 points a game average after the first 2 on the road. First one, back iron, no good for her. Still looking for her first free throw of the season. In and out, no good. Rebounded by the Trojans. Into the front court, left side. Albert Neha into a double team. And then a traveling violation going to be called. And Lonnie has a smile on her face. She thought she got away with switching the pivot feet on the far side, but the official caught it, and it'll be a turnover back to Eastern Arizona. Dagans brings it into the front court, top of the key. Left side. Now Dang with it, top of the key. Right side to Dagans. Dagans drives through the paint. Left side to Dang. Dang pulls up from 8. In and out, no good. Rebound is loose, and Chalk pulls it down for the Trojans. Into the front court, left side. Stolen away by Dang again. Monsters on the break. Going to take it coast to coast, slows it down. Drive left side, running floater off glass, no good by Asa, and pulled down by Albert Neha. Into the front court. Neha drives and is going to be bumped by Asa, and a whistle and a foul going to be called. That'll be the second on Asa. Trinidad will inbound baseline right. Monsters lead 43-22. Down low, running floater, and one. Count it for Lonnie Albert Neha. The foul will go on Trinity Alex Mayer, her third. Lonnie Albert Neha at the line. And the lefty puts it up and in. 43-25. Monsters on top. Dagans with it. Aza with it now on top, down low to Clarkson. Clarkson turns, fires, takes the bump, can't hit. Pulled down by Trinidad into the front court. Right side, running floater on the way. It rolls off, no good. Sierra with the rebound and can't hang on to it. And it will be a turnover back to the Gila Monsters. .708 to play here in the third quarter. Monsters lead 43-25. Third game of the day here at Eastern Arizona College. There'll be another full slate tomorrow as well. Running floater in the lane. Aza finds some room. Into the front court. Chalk tries to dive to the basket, loses the handle. Aza there to steal it away. 3-on-1. She's got Dagans on the right, but she'll take it herself. Lays it up too hard. Off of Eastern Arizona, it will be Trinidad basketball. Back into the Trinidad lineup, number 24, Zoli Beard. Stewart into the front court, loses the handle. Great defense by Dagans to cause the turnover on the far side. Monsters will get it back. Looking around the league today as Alex Mayer drives and banks it home off the left side. Colorado Northwestern men beat Scottsdale 73-66. Chandler Gilbert beat Morton 67-58. Cochise College beat University of the Southwest 132-51. Aza gets a takeaway. Left side, Dagans goes off the glass, rolls it off the front of the rim. Aza with the rebound. The follow won't go. Gets it back, blocked by Beard, but a whistle and a foul. The foul will go on 3, Rachel Stewart, her 4th. The second Trojan this evening that's got 4 fouls, and Lucia Aza at the line to shoot 2. 47-25 Monsters. First one rattles out, no good. Into the, they're waiting for the one more shot. Earlier today here at Eastern, Arizona Western beat Utah State Eastern 68-50. And Pima College beat Colorado Northwestern 71-58. Front end is short. Clarkson with the rebound, and she is fouled on the way back up. The foul will go on 24, Zoli Beard. Into the Trinidad lineup, number 12, Liliana Bateman, replacing Stewart. And Clarkson at the line to shoot a couple for the Monsters. Other scores today, Mesa beat Central 55-46 on the women's side. Clarkson's front end rolls out, no good. Second one by Clarkson rattles home for the Monsters. 48-25. Tomorrow, men's basketball here at Eastern Arizona. Snow College will take on Arizona Western at 1:30. And then Utah State Eastern will take on Eastern Arizona College at 7:30. In women's basketball, it'll be Colorado Northwestern against Arizona Western. Trinidad versus Pima. And Eastern will take on Utah State Eastern. Clarkson gets the rebound and the putback. On her way to a double-double here tonight for Ashlyn Clarkson. Leading 50-25. .11 points and 7 rebounds for Clarkson. Apachito hits a 3 from the corner. And the Monsters go right back and answer back with Clarkson to give her 13 points. Into the front court, screen around top by Albert Neha. Apachito to Beard. Beard fade away from about 14. Back iron no good. Dang there with the rebound for the Monsters, and she's fouled in the backcourt. The foul will go on number 12, Liliana Bateman. That'll be her first. Stephanie Goncalves back into the Eastern lineup, replacing Aza, and Sarah Dang will go to the line to shoot 2, as that's the 5th team foul against the Trojans here in the third quarter. Into the Trinidad lineup, number 32, Savannah Inote, the 5'2 freshman from Gallup, New Mexico. Dang at the line. First one is good. Averages 7.5 points a game early on this season, her sophomore season. Had a pretty good showcase season over the summer. Picked up a couple of nice Division I offers. 54-28 as Dang hits them both. Into the front court. Apachito with it. Works against Goncalves. Goes left. Now picks up her dribble. Looking for somebody. And a timeout called by Trinidad State. 4:13 to play in the third. 54-28. Eastern leads it. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back here to Eastern Arizona College. Lee Patterson with you. First of many here this season for Eastern Arizona College women's basketball, ranked number 4 in the country right now in the preseason poll, coming off last year's Final Four appearance. 54-28, they lead Trinidad State here in this one. Apachito with it. Right side, now goes left around a screen. Right side, another shot clock violation for the Trojans. The second time tonight the Monsters defense is held for 30 seconds and caused the turnover. Yasmin Edwards into the lineup for the Monsters, will inbound. Also, Denasia Romero. She'll have it now left side in the paint to Clarkson. Clarkson kicks it back to Romero. Romero tiptoes the tightrope and then tosses it over her shoulder to find Clarkson, who puts it up and in. 15 points tonight for Clarkson. Lead all scorers. Chalk with it. Hands it off to Inote, who stepped on the line and out of bounds. Turnover back to the Monsters. Goncalves. Left side to Dang. Dang drives, steps through. Running floater, over the front of the rim and good for Sarah Dang. Gets it up over the 6'6" Chalk. Makes it 58-28. Monsters on top. Into the front court and a whistle and a foul called against Goncalves. That'll be her second. Into the lineup for Trinidad State will be Stewart, Roy, and Colwell Earl. Roy and Stewart each playing with 4 fouls for Trinidad State. Stewart to inbound into Inote. She'll go right on the drive around Romero. Back on top to Colwell Earl. Now around to Roy. Roy comes right around to screen and stolen away by the Monsters. Into the front court, right side to Romero. Romero comes left, drives the lane, feeds it back, right side and in for Ashlyn Clarkson. That's 2 straight great looks by Romero on the drive in the dish. Stewart for 3 the other way, good for Rachel Stewart. 60-31, Monsters on top, 2.5 to play in the third. Goncalves, left side, Romero, and she lays it up and in. And the Monsters playing with some pace now here midway through the third quarter. And leading 62-21. Stewart fires another three. Off glass and good for Rachel Stewart. Stewart shoots 50% from downtown. Back the other way. In the lane is Goncalves, loses the handle. Guess who? Stewart gets it back. Near side to Roy. Roy goes left, top of the key, into the corner to Bateman. Bateman gonna fire three of her own. Back iron no good, and another rebound for Clarkson. 62-34 Monsters. Goncalves into the front court, left side to Edwards in the paint. Kicks it back out to Dang. Dang wide open for a three. Airballs it on the way through and pulled down by Trinidad. Stewart into the front court, top of the key, fakes the three. Swings it around to Colwell Earl right side. She's going to drive into the corner to Inote. Inote drives left on top to Stewart. Three ball on the way. Good for Rachel Stewart. Timeout called by Eastern Arizona College. 1:09 to play in the third. Monsters 62, Trojans 37. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back here to Eastern Arizona College. Lee Patterson with you. Minute to play here in the third quarter. Eastern leads Trinidad State 62-37. Dang with the ball around to Romero, right side, knocked away and stolen by the Trojans. Stewart with it. She's got the hot hand. She's made 3 threes here in the third quarter. Hands it off to Roy, and Roy's bumped by Romero and will pick up the foul. That'll be the second on Romero. 4th team foul. Trinidad will inbound, front court left. Roy, right side to Colwell Earl. Pump fake, running floater, off glass, no good. Edwards high for the two-handed rebound. Into the front court, right side to Dang. Dang leaves it off the glass and good for Ashlyn Clarkson. Clarkson crashing to the basket, puts herself in a good position every time to receive that pass late. Clarkson with the steal, but Colwell Earl gets it back to Bateman. And stolen away, and a whistle and a foul called on Ashlyn Clarkson. And Clarkson's like, what did I do? I didn't even touch her. That foul will be on Clarkson, the 5th team foul. So that will put Bateman at the line to shoot for Trinidad State. In and out, no good. She'll get one more. Second one is good for Bateman. 1 out of 2 at the line, 64-38. Eastern on top. 14 seconds to play in the quarter. Goncalves goes left to Romero. Fakes the three, now drives. Tries to get it to Dang and finally does. 4 seconds. Goncalves is going to have to go. Crossover, gets into the paint. Leaner at the buzzer, doesn't go. And we'll go to the fourth quarter here in Thatcher with the score. Eastern 64, Trinidad State 38. We'll be back for the fourth and final right after this. Welcome back here to Eastern Arizona College. Lee Patterson with you. Candela Roy with it right side off the pick and roll, and she'll put it up and in. 64-40, Monsters on top. Cyrene Sanders with it right side, throws it away. Stewart with it. Pushes it into the front court right side, steps through, reverse layup won't go. Sarah Dang there for the rebound. She'll push it up around Inote into the front court. Left side against Stewart now. Now to Sanders between the circles. Back to Dang. Dang will drive, pulls up from 12, left side, front iron, no good. Colwell Earl with the rebound for Trinidad. Into the hands of Apachito. Near side to Roy. Roy goes left into the double team to Apachito for 3. Front iron, no good. Edwards with another rebound. She's had a good night on the boards, and she'll sprint back, beats everybody down the floor, can't hit, but Pearson will get the offensive rebound for Eastern. Out to Sanders, now to Goncalves. Now right side to Dang, to Goncalves. Goes right, drives into the lane. Floater is good for Stephanie Goncalves. 66-40, Monsters lead with 8.5 to play. Stewart into the front court, fakes the 3, picks up her dribble right side to Apachito. Around a screen against Sanders. Now pulls up from the elbow, leaves it short. Edwards will let it go out of bounds, and it will be Monster basketball. Goncalves into the front court, left side to Dang. On top to Goncalves. Back to Dang, down low to Pearson on the block. She'll spin, finds Sanders out on top, goes right, steps through. Floater is no good, but a whistle and a foul will be called. The foul will go on 44, Candela Roy. That's her 5th. She'll head to the bench. Alicia Sierra will check in. So Roy's night is done with 6 points as she heads to the bench for Trinidad State. Sanders to the line to shoot. 4 points for her tonight, first trip to the foul line. Back iron, no good on that one. One more for Sanders. That one is good. 1 out of 2 at the line for her. 5 points tonight for Sanders. Stewart will bring it into the front court, left to right, on the right-handed dribble for Trinidad. Around a screen, step back, blocked by Dang, but right into the arms of Sierra. Her floater won't go, but pulled down by Goncalves. Eastern on the run. Goncalves steps through over Apachito, and good for Stephanie Goncalves. 69-40, Monsters on top. 7.5 to play. Inote, stolen away by Pearson. Long pass to Dang to the glass. Can't hit, but she's fouled. I think that'll be the 5th on Stewart as well. That'll be the 5th on Stewart. Rachel Stewart is fouled out of this one. Into the lineup for Trinidad will be number 10, Alicia Rios. Number 11, Cambry Montoya. And number 34, Naya Juk Chak. And Sarah Dang at the line. Puts it up and in. She'll get one more. Second one is good for Dang as well. 71-40, Monsters lead. Montoya into the front court. Picks up her dribble, looking for some help. And a 5-second violation. Good defense by Goncalves, but looks like she caught a knee to her knee. She had that. If you've ever gone knee to knee with somebody in any sport, you know the look on your face. And you can almost feel it as soon as you see it. Dang in the paint. Fadeaway is good from about 5 feet for Sarah Dang. Sarah Dang's first step quickness is some of the best in the country. And being left-handed really gets her more options than you would think. People like to guard the right-hand side, and Dang just blows by on the left side. Goncalves with it, gets it to Pearson, and off of her foot and out of bounds on the pick and roll. It'll be a turnover back to Trinidad State. Montoya will bring it into the front court, left to right. Hands it off to Rios. Rios being chased by Sanders to the left elbow. Right side to Inote. Inote drives right side, running floater off the side of the backboard, no good. Edwards pulls down another rebound. 8 rebounds for her tonight. Baseball pass down the floor to Dang. Back to Goncalves. She'll drive, tries the no-look pass. Chalk knocks it down and out of bounds off of Trinidad. It will be Eastern basketball with 19 on the shot clock, leading 73-40. 5:58 to play. Monsters trying to get back in the win column after splitting their trip to Idaho. Dang to Sanders. Sanders reverse it underneath, rolls off the front of the rim. Pearson with the rebound, out to Dang. Goncalves fires the 3, back iron no. Sanders with the rebound. She'll put it back from 15 and good for Cyrene Sanders. 75-40, Monsters on top. Rios with it in the backcourt. Works against Sanders. Sanders dives and will have a 10-second violation called against Trinidad State. It'll be Gila Monster basketball. Into the Eastern lineup, number 2, Trinity Alex Mayer. Number 4, E. Dagans. And number 5, Phelan Seigers. It'll be Monster basketball as Trinity Alex Mayer will inbound front court right. I think we've got 5 and 5. I think we're good to go. In on top to Dagans. In the paint to Alex Mayer, and she puts it up and in. Nice look from Dagans at the top of the paint to make it 77-40. Sierra with it, right side, in the paint to Schock. Brings it out on top. Working against Pearson, and Pearson going to be called for the foul. That'll be the second on Pearson. .509 to play. Monsters lead 77-40. Right side, Sierra with the ball. Picks up her dribble in the corner. Finds Rios. Rios drives the right baseline, and a timeout called by Trinidad State. 5:01 to play in the ball game. Eastern leads at 77-40. We'll be back inside Gateau right after this. Five minutes, 1 second left in the nightcap of this triple header today here at Eastern Arizona College. Monsters lead Trinidad State 77-40. It'll be Trinidad basketball baseline right. Rios to inbound to Bateman, left side. Turnaround jumper won't go. Pulled down by number 2, Alex Mayer. Off to Seigers, around back to Alex Mayer. Right side, Seigers can't hang on to it, a little bit too tall. That'll be a turnover back to Trinidad State College. Sierra will drive off to Rios. Floats one up, no good. Edwards with another rebound. She's one away from 10 in the rebounding category. Into the front court. Drive, nice take, but a block by Chalk. Picked up by Eastern. Dagans in the paint. Floater, good for E. Dagans. 79-40. Monsters lead with 4 minutes to play. Whistle and a foul on the drive by Rios on the far side. The foul will be on 5, Phelan Seigers, her first. Trinidad to inbound. In far side to Montoya. Her turnaround won't go. Pearson with the rebound, and she's fouled. On the rebound. The foul will go on 34. Nyajuk Chalk, her second. It'll be Monster basketball, 3:40 to play. Dagans into the front court. Right side to Alex Mayer. Back on top to Seigers. Swings it around left side to Dagans. Dagans pulls up from the left elbow. Back iron won't go. Edwards can't hold on to the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Trinidad. Alex Mayer to inbound. In on top to Seigers. Open for a three. Fires to three. Back iron no good. And chased down by Dagans to keep possession for the Monsters. Into the front court. Nice move. Right side to Alex Mayer. Now back left side to Dagans. Dagans slides through and puts it up and in. You could tell she's got a knack for scoring. She gets in the paint. Finds the basket almost every time so far tonight. She is the leading scorer for the Monsters on the season at 12.5. Whistle and a foul on the far side. I think they're going to get Seigers on a reach in. That'll be her second. Into the Eastern lineup will be Cyrene Sanders and Jade Griffin. Replacing Pearson and Alex Mayer. And back in for Trinidad is Haley Apachito. In on top to Chalk. Loses it off of her toe. And a turnover back to Eastern Arizona with 2:51 to play. Edwards will inbound to Dagans. Swings it around left side. Dagans at the drive again. Kicks it to Sanders on top to Seigers. She'll drive, pull out from the left elbow. Off the bank, no good. Rebounded by Dagans. Dagans on top to Edwards. Edwards fires a three. Left side, no good. Rebound is loose. Cyrene Sanders on underneath to get it to Dagans. Can't roll that one over. Edwards with her 10th rebound of the game. Right side, Sanders fires a three. In and out, no good. Seigers with the rebound and the putback for the Monsters. 83-40, Monsters lead with 2 minutes to play. Apachito into the front court, right side, on the drive, spins, cut off, nice look down low to Chalk, but it's knocked out of bounds by Griffin. It will stay with Trinidad State. Montoya to inbound. Baseline left with 18 to shoot. In on top to Apachito. She'll go right on the drive, gets 15 feet, spins, floats, good, left-handed for Haley Apachito. 83-42, Monsters lead, just over 90 seconds to play. Right side, Seigers with it on top to Dagans, down low to Edwards, blocked on the way up, but a whistle and a foul will be called against Chalk. That'll be her third, and that'll put Eastern at the line with Yasmin Edwards, the 5'9" freshman from England. 2.5 points a game. Ipswich, England. Back iron, no good for her. Second one is good. 84-42. Monsters lead and a whistle and a foul in the backcourt on number 3, Cyrene Sanders. Her first.
Number 3, Cyrene Sanders.
1:27 left in this one. Monsters will move to 2-1. Trinidad State will fall to 0-3 on the season. Edwards ahead of the pack, and she'll lay it up and in. Yasmin Edwards has some amazing speed. She picked that one up underneath the basket and was the first one down the floor. Amazing. Apachito for three. No good. Dagans with the rebound for the Monsters. Throws it away to Sierra, and she'll lay it up and in. Into the front court, Sanders with the ball, under a minute to play. Down low to Griffin. Griffin double teamed, back out to Sanders, stolen away by Apachito. Near side to Bateman. Bateman running floater won't go. Griffin with the rebound for Eastern. Off to Sanders. Sanders up to Edwards. Edwards spins. Look at the speed to the glass. It only takes her half a step to be at full speed. And the Monsters have doubled up Trinidad 88-44. Apachito out on top. A whistle and a timeout called by Trinidad with 20.5 seconds to play here in this one. Monsters lead at 88-44. We'll be back for the conclusion of this one right after this. Welcome back here to Eastern Arizona College. Lee Patterson with you. Trinidad State with the basketball and 10 seconds to shoot it. Chalk with it out on top to Apachito. Goes right around a screen, looking for the step back, but Dagans is there. To Bateman, not going to get the shot off. Third shot clock violation of the evening on Trinidad. And now with 6 seconds left, the Monsters will just get it in, and that'll be the final score. 88-44, Eastern Arizona College wins it here tonight, and we'll move to 2-1. Let's look at tomorrow's schedule again here on EATV. Things get underway at 11:30 tomorrow morning as Colorado Northwestern will take on Arizona Western College. And then at 5:30, Eastern Arizona women will take on Utah State Eastern. On the men's side, Snow College will take on Arizona Western College at 1:30 tomorrow. And then Eastern Arizona will take on Utah State Eastern at 7:30. All four of those games will be here on EATV tomorrow. All day from 11:30 through the nightcap with EAC men. It's the Region 118 Challenge tomorrow. Let's take a look at some of the final numbers for Eastern Arizona College. Sarah Dang, 10 points and 3 rebounds. Millie Pearson had 4 rebounds. 6 points for Trinity Alex Mayer. 7 points for Cyrene Sanders. 4 points for E. Dagans. 4 points for Phelan Siger. 7 points and 11 rebounds for Yasmin Edwards. 7 points for Denasia Romero. 11 points and 4 rebounds for Stephanie Goncalves. Lucia Ausa had 7 points and 6 rebounds. 19 points and 9 rebounds for Ashlyn Clarkson. That'll round out the Monsters stat line tonight. Haley Apachito, 5 points for Trinidad State. 11 for Rachel Stewart. 1 point for Liliana Bateman. 7 for Alicia Sierra. 2 points for Zoli Beard, 12 points for Lonnie Albert Neha, and 6 points for Kendella Roy here tonight. That'll do it for us here tonight. Amanda Patterson on the stats tonight, Nathan Smith on the camera tonight, and I'm Lee Patterson saying thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Be safe.